so once again, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Zen here at Zen Life and Meditation Center. And I know Vanessa already spoke about it, but I just wanted to drive it home. I'm not going to do a Dana request this morning because the biggest thing you could do for us right now is to head on over to zlmc.org and make sure you have a ticket for our Summer Garden Party fundraiser. And as Vanessa mentioned, in addition to it being a fundraiser, which is very important for the Sustainability Center, it's going to be a great time for us to all get together and be in person as a group, as a large group, for the first time in a long time. So we're really looking forward to seeing you there. And I hope that while it's on top of mind for all of you, you take a moment and head on over and get your ticket. So this morning's speaker doesn't really need an introduction. Sensei Jun, our co-founder here at Zen Life Meditation Center, is going to give the talk this morning on wisdom beyond wisdom. And I'll turn the show over to Sensei.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I would like you to move a little closer together. Just a little closer, it's okay, because I want to include everybody. This is new, you know, for us. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me all right? Okay, this is new, our hybrid, right, in person, and Zoom talk, Dharma talk. So it's kind of getting used to, getting used to this. So how's that? Can you see me good now? Okay. And I can see my Gula students looking so beautiful. So Shikan, you can probably see which ones they are and count for our. Because yes, we are doing a dance at the end of this Dharma talk, so I'm really pleased to see them. What is that thing is in the way? It's a menu. Sorry about this. Here we go. So, wisdom beyond wisdom. That is a big topic. And I want to start with a poem by a Native Hawaiian activist and singer-composer. She wrote this poem. I read it yesterday at the Friday Poetry Circle. By the way, we have a very, very warm, supportive circle where people are starting to read their poems that they write, or just bring, just bring their poem to Fridays, and then we talk about it. And we've had a Sunday morning Zen talk with all the poets, and it was really nice. It's just like that, you know, somebody reads a poem, and then we all, you know, kind of talk about it if anything comes up for us. So here's the poem. I invite you to take a breath. Strong mountain inhales. Slow river exhales. I invite you to lean into the present moment. Feel for your pulse, for your heartbeat. You are here today. Remember that took strength. I invite you to go outside and place your feet on the land. Feel for her power. Feel for her love. Release anything you cannot carry and be held. I invite you to say the name of as many ancestors of your lineage that you know today. Feel for their mana, for their power. Feel for their stories that still live in your blood. Ask for their wisdom to guide you. Ask for their protection to surround you. I invite you to be gentle with yourself today. Feel into your grace. Feel for your tenderness. Be a soft space to land for yourself and any intense feelings that may be coming up for you right now. Remember, you are here in this realm, this time around for a sacred and intentional reason. Tap into your purpose and fill yourself with your own mole, your own light and life force. You govern your walk in this world, beloveds. Protect your pathways. Protect your heart. Protect your peace. Remember, our light will help shine the way for the ones to come. So may we shine and let others do so too. I invite you to take a breath. Strong mountain inhales. Slow river exhales. Hold love close. The maoli, the Hawaiian word that was in there, means the heart, life, the seat of life. Right. So, I think realizing that we live in a sacred world is something that comes, I think, with a lot of practice, a lot of being grounded. Because otherwise, all we are is distracted, and we do not know what's really going on in this beautiful world around us and within us. In Zen practice, we are recognizing that body, heart, and mind are braided together with nature, our community, our hula community, our Zen community. And we cannot be separated. We think we're kind of this one isolated being, right? But really, that is the delusion. Like, what? I thought I was me. I thought I was June. I thought it was Kelly. You mean I'm connected to Hana? Could that be? Well, that's the whole definition of emptiness. Emptiness. We are all so interconnected. This basic goodness that we are is all part of the universal fabric of life and death, all in there together. Trungpa Rinpoche said, love of wisdom puts you on the spot all the time. love of wisdom puts you on the spot all the time. What does that mean? What do you think it means? Love of wisdom puts you on the spot all the time. So this word prajna, which means wisdom, I've heard many definitions of prajna. The one that I heard most recently means means before. Na means knowing. So prajna is before knowing. Prajna is wisdom. This is before knowing. It's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Before wisdom. Before knowing. Before knowing. What does that mean? Not knowing, for sure, right? Or wisdom. Not knowing. And this not knowing is really a practice of the Zen peacemaker order. It's part of, it's part of the fabric of our center. The 3 tenets. Not knowing, we're practicing not knowing. What does that mean? That means being open, being curious, not judging, because then you know if you're judging, right? So you got to let that go. No boundaries, the spaciousness. Like when you're out in nature, and I see Pam Ransom here. Oh my God, we were just up in Ely, Minnesota, and it was so spacious there. The lake, the sky, spaciousness, as this sense of openness there. When we dance hula, we are one with the universe, with the nature. So this not knowing is really, really important. And it doesn't mean not to use your brain, right? Because we got to use our brains to think. We got to think clearer. We got to let go of all of this distraction. And I think that means kind of letting go of this little thing that we keep in front of our face a lot. I think we have to let go because that is a big distraction. And what are we distracting ourselves from? What? Anybody want to have a guess? What are we distracting ourselves from?
Feelings of boredom.
Feelings of boredom, okay, good.
Being right here, right now.
Being right here, right now in our life. Why are we trying to distract ourselves from this? That's a good question, right? Why? So prajna is what we call non-referential intelligence. Right? It's an intelligence that has nothing to do with your ego or personal agenda. For example, I was lying during vacation, right, when we were in this beautiful cabin in nature on Mitchell Lake. I was lying down, okay, I was looking at a movie, all right, I guess, on Netflix, okay, and all of a sudden, I hear like this roar happening, and it got louder and louder. I'm like, it is not coming from this. What is it? And it was this huge downpour, this fabulous rain. And in Hawaii, we have tin roofs, right? And so, when the rain hits the tin roof, it is very loud, and it got deafening, and the water was just coming down, which was fabulous because even though Ely is really up north, it has been having a dry spell. And in fact, Pam tells me that they just had a fire in the Boundary Waters, which is, I'm sure, very rare up there, but it was very dry. climate change, whatever. Oh, they disappeared. Okay, let's see if I can get you back here. Oh, you're back. Okay. All right, I just want to. It's kind of interesting, this hybrid, because you got to focus here, and then you got to focus there. It's like two different focuses. Okay, where does wisdom come in here? Right? Let me think. Okay. All right, so let's see, what else about prajna? Okay, so the rain falling on the tin roof, that's prajna. It falls on the tin roof, there's a big noise. That's prajna, wisdom. Okay? It falls on you, you get wet. That's prajna, wisdom, right there. Okay, you get near to, we had a little bonfire that Ryushin made, a couple of nights. You get near the fire, it's hot. You can burn yourself. Okay, that's prajna, wisdom. So there's just, there's no ego in there at all. It just is. So it's prajna, it's just you're being awake to what is happening all around you. And there's nothing, nowhere to get stuck, right? How many of us have emotions that get stuck in our body? That's what you call stickiness. Prajna cuts through that, and you can just let it go. But really, how many of us get all upset because we're thinking about something that happened in the past? That's sticky. That's being sticky. Touch clean there with prajna, the sword of discriminating awareness. And what's left is that sanity, that basic goodness that is always here, always here. So I've been teaching for the first time the Zen Life series, and prajna is one of 6 paramitas, practices of an enlightened being, a bodhisattva, which all of you who have been chanting the 4 vows of the bodhisattva, you are all bodhisattvas, enlightened beings, right? Ascension. Creations are numberless, I vow to free them. Illusions are inexhaustible, I vow to transform them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to open them. The awakened way is unsurpassable, I vow. So, prajna needs the other 5 paramitas to develop, actually. They all really work together. So let me tell you just those 5 paramitas in a nutshell, what they are. These are the practices of a bodhisattva, and wisdom is intermingled in all of them. The first is dana paramita, which is generosity. Generosity, overcoming stinginess and selfishness. All of these are, what we call practices of perfection because, we're going to fall off the path. So we just get back on. That's the way of a bodhisattva. These are all, sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're hard. So just letting go and then finding your own generosity. And of course, loving is the whole basis of this path. The natural abundance of being. And then there's sila paramita, discipline. Practice, practice, practice. practice, right, everybody? Oh no, I have to go sit now. Oh no, I have to dance hula now. Oh no, right, all the complaining we do, all right? So Sila Paramita is how to discipline your mind to overcome ignorance, develop some equanimity. And this whole practice of meditation is taming our minds, our wild and woolly minds. You gotta tame them, right? Sometimes they go wild, that's the way it is, right? Who's perfect here? And in our practice, you also, it's kind of interesting, you have to be willing to be alone. And yet we're together. And be alone and yet be together. And then there's my favorite, Kashanti Paramita, which is patience. Ho'o manava nui, to be patient. I tell my hula students, this is one of the values that we practice. To be patient. It takes time for the body to learn things. You got to be patient. Not to mention the mind with habits, right? You have to be patient. And we need patience to bear witness to difficult things without, getting too upset. And, life, it happens, and sometimes you do get upset. So what our practice is being patient. Okay, I notice I'm upset. Can I just breathe with it? Can I just pause and breathe? Because everything, things pass. Things are impermanent. Emotions, feelings, they will pass. And then you'll be able to think clearer and have a more skillful approach to the challenge you're facing. And then there's Virya Paramita, which is about working hard to overcome laziness. I hate to say the word laziness, right? And then lying around a lot. My vacation, oh my gosh, no schedule except to cook simple meals. That was quite pleasant, I must say. I know, and now I'm back to a full schedule here. I was feeling my neck getting all tight, and I was like getting a headache. I was like, okay, let's pause here. Let's pause and breathe. Let's pause and breathe. This too will pass. So with this Virya Paramita energy, you're going to find that when you keep going, courage and fearlessness will develop. You will start to be able to approach things that have been hard for you. You just notice that, okay? You're also, in Virya Paramita, you're also developing 5 kinds of virtue, which is perseverance, joy, immovability, steadiness, and non-arrogance. And then there's Jnana Paramita, which is meditation. Right? This practice is absolutely essential to be able to see reality as it is. And we need that patience and energy to push through sometimes. And then once you kind of get over the hump, it's not a big deal. It becomes like brushing your teeth. You just got to do it, all right? And then Prajna Paramita. All right, Prajna. So Prajna Paramita is, in Zen, we're always kind of deconstructing our reality. We're just really kind of looking at things. Is it true? Is it really? The Heart Sutra that we just chanted, for those of you who are here this morning for the service, the Heart Sutra is all about this perfection of wisdom, Prajna Paramita, perfection of wisdom sutra. And again, the Heart Sutra is pointing to this moment as our very teacher. Let me read, Joan Halifax has a wonderful quote about the Heart Sutra. Suffering arises because we have moved away from source awareness into the actual objects in the stream of awareness. Right? We've kind of gotten caught in our minds. We chant the Heart Sutra, point to our mind, body, heart as teacher, points to this very moment as the real teacher. The most important thing is this moment. And opening up or invoking this boundlessness in us as we rest our attention on the pure nature of our mind. We can only do this by relaxing, letting go, not building a case, letting it come, letting it go, riding the waves of birth and death, not denying or rejecting, but also not clinging or reifying, not caught in the stickiness of self. Thich Nhat Hanh has another beautiful poem from his book, Call Me by My True Names. Read this. It's called Recommendation. Promise me this day, promise me now, while the sun is overhead, exactly at the zenith. Promise me, even as they strike you down with a mountain of hatred and violence, even as they step on you and crush you like a worm, even as they dismember and disembowel you, remember, brother, remember, man is not our enemy. The only thing worthy of you is compassion, invincible, limitless, unconditional. Hatred will never let you face the beast in man. One day, when you face this beast alone, with your courage intact, your eyes kind, untroubled, even as no one sees them, out of your smile will bloom a flower. And those who love you will behold you across 10,000 worlds of birth and dying. Alone again, I will go on with bent head, knowing that love has become eternal. On the long, rough road, the sun and moon will continue to shine. So there's no end to what we can realize and love and give of ourselves. To give to ourselves and to give to others. There's no end to that. There's a really great article in the latest Buddha Dharma on equanimity. And that's where this poem was from. There's another kind of amazing quote I wanted to share of Martin Luther King that is along the same lines. And it is from his writings on loving your enemies. To our most bitter opponents, we say, we shall match your capacity to inflict suffering by our capacity to endure suffering. We shall meet your physical force with soul force. This is a quote by Martin Luther King. Let me start again. To our most bitter opponents, we say, we shall match your capacity to inflict suffering by our capacity to endure suffering. We shall meet your physical force with soul force. Do to us what you will, and we shall continue to love you. We cannot in all good conscience obey your unjust laws, because non-cooperation with evil is as much a moral obligation as is cooperation with good. Throw us in jail and we shall still love you. Bomb our homes and threaten our children and we shall still love you. Send your hooded perpetrators of violence into our community at the midnight hour and beat us and leave us half dead, and we shall still love you. But be ye assured that we will wear you down by our capacity to suffer. One day we shall win freedom, but not only for ourselves. We shall so appeal to your heart and conscience that we shall win you in the process, and our victory will be a double victory. Talk about deep, deep love and wisdom about our humanity. So we can't talk about wisdom without also talking about shunyata, or emptiness. My favorite topic to talk about. Shunyata is also about egolessness, right? Because it's about, this is no self, this self we've created through all our lives, really, that's really, Roshi says it's a house of cards built on sand, and we just created it because of fear, basically. And it's not saying that we haven't needed it in the past. We have needed it to be able to grow up, to move out of our homes, from our families, to kind of make it on our own. But at some point, we realize that, what is this? What is this? Why am I acting this way? What old programming do I have that I'm reacting a certain way? Right? So Prajna wisdom is working hand in glove with this emptiness. It is. It's this wisdom beyond wisdom. Big not knowing here. Big not knowing. Big practice. And at the same time, in the relative world, we do need discriminating awareness, right? To be on the spot, to see clearly. And our practice of zazen, of meditation, really helps us with this. If we had no zazen, I think we'd be out on the street just going crazy. Right, in our lives, going crazy. I'm so grateful for the community that encourages me to sit. That's how I sit with you, and I'm really deeply appreciative. And even the cloud community, we have a cloud community now, which is very, very amazing that we can have people from Chuping, Wisconsin, right? And Yoshie from Austin, Texas. And I see Judith from South Carolina, and of course Pam from Minnesota. It is so awesome that we can have this community still. So as you practice meditation, your prajna begins to sharpen, and you begin to develop this discriminating knowledge of wisdom. Again, the sword, so you can cut through duality, cut through good, bad, hate, okay? Anger, just cut through it. And Dogen says, he has wholehearted reassurance for us that we can bear witness to our boredom and survive. We can bear witness to our anger and not scorch the earth. I heard yesterday that it was a fabulous inner disarmament workshop, and I'm really looking forward to the next one because I missed this one. Inner disarmament, to be able to connect with others in the midst of conflict, you have to disarm. It is about nonviolence here, and we're working with our aggression. It speeds up and kind of, gets things all crazy for a while, jumbled up. Intimacy, that's another important thing in Zen practice. That is synonymous with wisdom, with prajna wisdom, intimacy. And what does that mean, intimacy? What does being intimate with the moment mean? Right here, on the spot, love of wisdom, right? Being on the spot, what was that? It was. Love of wisdom puts you on the spot all of the time. So intimacy is this quality of being fully present. Are you here or are you somewhere else? Well, my body is here, but I think my mind is thinking about lunch, actually. So are you fully here? I don't think so. Okay, that's okay. You just bring yourself back. You can't be, fully present all the time.
Stay in the moment.
Staying in the moment, that's right. Yeah, being fully present. And when we dance, we got to be fully present too, otherwise, what are we doing up there anyway? When you're going to see some of that. So, there is grief involved with being fully present as well. And especially if we realize that we're really one with the universe. Our universe, our world is not looking good. There is some, if you really think about it, you can get pretty down about it. So you wonder, why should I do this practice if, that's what's going to happen? Like, why? Well, this is the life we have. And so I want to live it with best way I can, which means being present and not always grasping a lot at things. It's kind of appreciating each moment. My sangha, with my community. It's a good life here, and there's a lot of things to do as well. Joan Halifax, again, let me just quote her. Practice creates the ground for intimacy to arise. I was thinking about Roshi's Ango when he trained. Ango, which we're going to be doing in September here, a 3-month intensive training period. We're asking you to up your game in meditation. And Shikan is going to be our head trainee here, and I'm thinking of doing a hula intensive practice as well and calling it hula intensive practice. So in this Ango, we're going to be sitting meditation regular. We're committing to sitting so many minutes a day. We're committing to doing service. We're committing to showing up for study here. We're committing to doing at least 2 sessions. Okamura Roshi said, Zazen is the acupuncture needle that heals the sickness caused by the 3 poisons of the mind. And because the sickness of the 3 poisons is inveterate and obstinate, it's very difficult to heal. The 3 poisons being greed, anger, and ignorance. But Zazen, and Dogen was very clear about this, is an acupuncture that activates and actualizes the meridian of freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from what? From what? Just freedom from distraction, freedom from stickiness. Zazen is the acupuncture needle. Anyway, I was thinking about Roshi at the Ango that he had at Zen Mountain Center. It was a full-time 3-month intensive practice in the Zen monastery there in California. And I was in Hawaii, and we were kind of just married, and here he was going for 3 months to this intensive Ango. And of course, I supported him, but I missed him. And our dog died in the meantime, and sad. But anyway, I went to the third set. They had 3. They had 1 session a month, 7-day session a month. And I went to the last one, and it was my very first one, and I was really nervous because I was just a beginning Zen student. I remember reading Eiken Roshi's book, Encouraging Words, to see if that would help me. On the plane, I'm reading encouraging words as I'm going to the session. And it was a wonderful, intensive practice, 7 days of intense. We sat more there than we sit here. Got up early, got late. It was wonderful. My legs were aching. You kind of have to, build up chops, to sit that long. But you just massage them. The place was absolutely gorgeous. And then there was Dharma combat at the end, where the head trainee presents a talk, which Jeff, you came to one, remember at the house? Yeah, I think that was mine. So you present your understanding on a koan that you've been working on for 3 months. And then there's Dharma combat. Dharma combat, that means basically people ask you questions about your talk, about your koan. You're supposed to, look cool and answer them. Well, I don't know about that looking cool, but a lot of people feel, I gotta look good, and so they get really nervous like me before this talk. So I had a question for Roshi. Some of the questions were like, I don't know, I don't even remember them. It was like, anyway, I can't even think about it. This is my question. And I went easy on him just because there were so many people in the room. I was going to ask him, well, I said, what are the 2 most important qualities in a relationship? A good relationship. And everybody laughed because they knew I was his wife and I was asking that question. I was going to say 3. What are the 3 qualities? But I thought, okay, I'm going to go easy on him. I'm just going to ask for 2. And I don't remember what the first answer was, but the second answer was intimacy. And I said, okay, that's good for me. And, there's of course, man and wife, there's sexual intimacy, but it is bigger than that intimacy. Be fully present to one another, to your life together, seeing everything as they are. So it's a kind of fun thing, and we're going to do this for Shikan too. So I'm really looking forward to asking him a question. So everybody gets to ask a question, absolutely. Oh my God, it's 10:47. Okay. We are going to be dancing. So all of you who are students, let's see, I see Ping and I see Anna. Oh, there's more. Oh, look, there's Sarah and Laurel that are coming up. All right, excellent. Okay, so I think Shikan is going to try to pin you. Let's make sure that everybody is here. Who's here? I want to make sure everybody gets in. Okay, Shikan, it's all the beautiful ones with beautiful dresses and with flowers in their hair. Oh, what happened? Okay, let's see. Okay, good. Shikan's working on it. Okay, so this beautiful dance I wanted to do today called Non-Referential because Prajnaparamita is also known as the mother of all Buddhas. I cannot see my version. So I want to make sure you can see everybody. Okay, don't forget to pin us too, Shikan. We have some answers here, and then we'll Okay, good. All right, and does he Hannah, remember? You're going to be over here, so you can see. There's Jenna. Huh? Right. So, this song is by Ryushin, who is very popular in Hawaii. Best-selling singer, songwriter, choreographer, chanter, scholar, and he has been instrumental in starting a Hawaiian immersion school on the island of Maui. So it's really supporting the culture a lot. And this beautiful song, I'm just going to read you translation because I do not want to interfere with just beautiful singing. Beloved indeed is Mauna Leo. This is a mountain that he has likened to his mother. This song is for his mother. So he likens her to this mountain called Mauna Leo in the sacred valley of Iao Valley on Maui. So beloved indeed is Mauna Leo, sparkling in the light wind-blown rain, finely woven cloak for the highlands, a cherished one, respected for power and strength, esteemed, treasured, touched by heaven. The second verse, we do each verse twice, capped by the silver of the rolling mist. There's why a metaphor, silver hair, right? The silver mist, an adornment for that gentle heart, embraced by the surrounding ridges, one to hold close, to hold near, to love, one dear to the heart, precious, often. And then the last verse, this is my garland of affection for Mauna Leo in its beauty, glorified by the Malian breeze, a cherished one, respected for power and strength, esteemed, treasured, touched by heaven. And the last couple lines on that last verse, for Mauna Leo is the serenity of deep love. Beloved are you, beloved indeed. Okay, that was great. Mahalo, dancers. Good job. And any questions or? Oh, Pilar's here. Great, and Liz. Okay, fabulous. Just unmute yourself and feel free to. All right, that is hula. I'm so proud of my hula students. It takes a lot of practice to, and it's kind of a challenge on Zoom, but we're getting to really dance together, even on Zoom. That's the idea, that we're together as one, wherever we are. We're dancing with one heart. Can you get a gallery view? For some reason, I can't get a gallery view here. So the mother of all Buddhas, she can also be fierce, compassionate fierceness as well. So it's interesting, right? I mean, cutting yet warm, precise and gentle at the same time. I see that view over there. Okay, now I see it. Great. Gallery, yeah. Okay, great. Mahalo. Thank you. Yay, we got everything. Oh, everything looks so beautiful. All right. I think we're really the only Zen center that has mindful movement of hula involved here. It's definitely a spiritual practice. Being present, being aware, being clear, being connected. Hi, Julie also made it. Yay! Great, Julie. Oh, nice, Sandy. Strength, grace, joy, and peace. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Sandy. Well, it's really wonderful to be with all of you, really. Oh, and I was just there, so nice to see you. Yeah. Nice to see Pat Cozy, all right, and oh, it was great to see Shubing, and, Wisconsin, right, and Robert, we got to see Robert as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Those of you who can make it to our garden party in person. I haven't seen some in person, actually give you a hug. It's really nice.
Many thanks for that wonderful talk.
Jeff, nice job, Jeff. Thank you, everybody.